Today is Salmon Day.
It's Salmon Day, and we have half a dozen recipes for you. Lots of equipment, fish scalers, shears, a clamshell, a bicycle pump, and even an inflated paper bag. Today is Salmon Day.
Happy cooking.
Bon appetit. That's a beautiful salmon,
Isn't it? I mean, those are raised salmon. It's a species of Atlantic salmon, but it's raised usually in Norway or in Canada or in Chile, you know. We should scale it, right?
Yeah.
Depend whether we use the scale or not. This is a good scaler, but I mean, when you do that in your kitchen, it really make a mess.
It goes all over
You know.
everything.
So we have another method, right?
I think this is a very good idea.
Yes.
I've never
That's
seen
what
this
I meant.
before.
What we do, you put it in a big bag, and you can use a scaler like that, which is really good, or even a shell. One of those will
Clamshell. I
work.
think that's
And you do it in the bag so that you don't make too much of a mess in your kitchen.
You have to do both sides, don't you?
See, so you have
Look
all
at
of
that.
those
And
tiny scales, you know.
Yes, that would be all over us.
So I'm going to rinse it 1 second. Here we are.
Now, you're going to fillet us. I think it's terribly useful for all of us to know how to fillet one of these great big fish. And
Yes.
Jacques is really going to show us how.
Good. And look how fresh it is. You can see the gill
That's
there,
beautiful.
bright red like this.
Good.
Inside, how pink it is, and
Yeah.
your nose particularly will tell you. There is 4 or 5 ways of boning it out. And I tend to go from this side under, under the gill, and turn your knife and just go.
Now, let's see what you're hitting there.
Here
Let's lift up.
I'm hitting flat
So
on,
then there's the bone.
flat on the bone.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to stay on that bone. Flat
A
to good.
very sharp knife, of
Yes,
course.
a good sharp knife. So
That's beautiful.
one side. And you know what you do when you cut it on the thing like this? See, I follow that bone, but that bone is round, so there is a little bit of meat left here. So what we do, we scrape it to put that in our tartare, right?
Good.
Here we are. You see?
Don't
Look at that.
waste a thing.
Don't waste anything at all.
But that's
scrape.
very useful to know. Second time, same as the first,
Same
really.
thing. I
Yes.
just follow the other side. Now, what happened here, we have the rib cage on each side, so I have to slide my knife
That's
underneath,
seal those bones.
like this.
It's essential having a really sharp knife.
Yes. Not only a sharp knife here, but one fairly long, and then you slice as little meat as you can, of course, out of this. Now, what we have to do out of this, if we have the skin, it's practically all clean now on this side. We have to remove the bone here. As you know, those bones is that line that you can really feel. Julia, right here.
Yes.
And we have a little plier.
You can feel them
Yeah.
with your finger there.
You have to remove that line of bone because that line of bone is straight down into the fish.
Now we're going to do what Jacques calls instant Gravlax, or it's a very fast one in which you cure it in slices and it's ready to eat in about half an hour. So I'm going to start out with this mixture of 2 tablespoons of salt and 1 of sugar, and pepper, about a good teaspoon there. Put this mixture in the bottom of the platter. We'll use tarragon and
Chive, if you want.
chives, sprinkling in the bottom of the platter too.
And now I can give you a slice, and this is raw
It's
salmon,
kind
yeah?
of squashy, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, as he slices it, I'm going to put just a little sprinkling of the salt cure down on each of these.
And what happened is that it's so thin there that the action of the salt on it will take only so long to do. I mean, the time that it takes the salt to melt.
So this will be nicely arranged so that all you need to do is to serve it. This is called Gravlax and also dilled salmon. This is a Scandinavian dish. I lived for about 2 years in Norway, which I loved, and this was one of their best foods. Well, I think that's done now. I'm going to sprinkle the herbs on top. Now it gets covered with plastic and weighted down. You can really serve it in about half an hour. 2 hours or even the next day would be even better, I think. So we'll weight that down and refrigerate it.
And there I wanted to cut a piece of fish to saute. You know, very often we saute a piece of fish on the skin this way.
Well, that will be nice.
And if you want to do a steak of salmon, you can use a piece large like this and then cut right through the skin, only cutting through the skin a little bit. Then you can fold it this way, and it looks, you see, like a...
It just looks like a big salmon steak.
Like a big salmon steak,
well, that's a
but
good idea.
without the bone in the middle. So that's a nice way of cutting it too. So now we're going to do the tartare, right? Shall I give you a little bit of shallots for that?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Notice that on the gravlax that we did not put any lemon juice or vinegar on top because the acidic agent or the citric acid in the lemon juice is going to cook the salmon. In that case, that's what we want to do. So cut a little bit of the skin to do a type of fine julienne, you know, to put on top.
Or you could grate it, I guess.
We could grate it too.
Now, are you going to put garlic in this, Jacques?
I don't think so. We have the shallots.
There are a few things
We
that
have
you
the
don't
shallots.
put garlic in.
And a little bit of the lemon juice here. That's it. A little bit of Tabasco. Shall we put salt, pepper? You want to put salt and pepper in this?
Now, would you rather have black or white pepper?
Black, without any question there.
You like speckled food.
I do. I also like taste in the food, and the black pepper has more taste than the white one. So what I have to give you, in addition to that, it's a little bit of olive oil in there.
Okay. This is excellent olive oil. See how we like that.
You want to taste it?
Good.
It needs to season a little bit, and I think we could serve
Little cucumber.
some cucumber, maybe. So we peel the cucumber. I like to use that vegetable peeler, you know, to cut slice of cucumber this way. Yeah, beautiful. I have a whole bunch now, or little strip of cucumber with one cucumber, and as you can see the center of it, the seed, then you don't have to use it. Now we could use them this way, or I could do a little bit of a julienne for it to prevent it. What do you think?
Let's all get a nice plate. How about that? Do you like that plate?
Yes. This could be
Season
seasoned with a little bit of a dash of salt, and even a little bit of sugar on there. You think so?
Sugar brings out the flavor in cucumber.
And dash of vinegar, maybe? I like vinegar.
A little wine vinegar.
Yes, just a
But
few
that's
drops
interesting
like
about
this.
the sugar in the cucumber. It does make a lot of difference.
Yes. And maybe we do like a little nest. And we want to put a bit of bread around. Don't you think it looks good this way?
Yeah.
We can actually, you know, use those also just in slice as is. I do that sometime on the Gravlax to put it underneath, you know, to give it more volume.
That's a very,
or to
that
put
would
it
be a good idea.
around, so that could be seasoned also. A bit of sugar, again, a bit of salt, a bit of pepper.
Black pepper.
A little more of this, vinegar, and this could be mixed. So, maybe.
I think that's ready to eat already.
Yes, I feel that
That's a good idea. And it's much prettier than just having slices of cucumber, don't you think?
Right. And it's quite easy to do. All you need is a good vegetable peeler.
So that's an exhibition of cold salmon dishes. Now we're going to roast a whole fish This is an Arctic char. It looks exactly like a salmon. How can you tell the difference? It doesn't have any scales.
No scale, yes, and it does come from Alaska or way up north, and it's very, very delicate.
They have it in Norway, too. It's called a sea trout, a sjøørret.
Oh, yes? In France, we call it omble chevalier, and it's very expensive also, from the Great Lake. So we doing it whole, just season?
And also, we have to take the gills out.
Okay.
I always use my little scissors like that. Cut it on either side, and then push it to the other side. And then it's attached at the front and the back. And you just have to throw it out, because there isn't anything edible in it. You just throw it out.
Okay.
Now, all we do here, and it's very easy to roast, I'm going to put in a little handful of chopped shallot. And I have some fresh thyme in there. We want a little white pepper in, because it's my fish.
Good. Your fish
I know you like
pepper.
your black one. And this time, you could use kosher salt. And that's all it needs. I think it's just a little rubbing with olive oil.
On top?
You don't need anything else, because it really cooks in its own juices.
Yes, this is a very rich, very fatty type of fish.
If you rub that on, I'm going to put it in this beautiful dish here.
This is stainless steel, so...
So this will be cook and serve in the same dish. Now this is going to go into a 400-degree oven, and you can tell when it does, because suddenly the fish juices begin to come out. You can suddenly smell roasting fish, and then it's done. So here it goes into the 400-degree oven.
We're going to continue with a few other dishes. One of them I wanted to show you is a salmon cooked on the skin with a little bit of salt on each side. You don't put anything in the pan and just cook it on the skin. It's cooked what we call a l'unilatéral. You see the way it shrinks? It will only cook on the skin to get it crisp. We don't turn it.
And even the top is going to cook.
Yes.
Well, that's amazing.
And I cover it like that. So that's one of the easiest way of doing it, yes.
That's nice, having easy roast and an easy saute, isn't it?
Shall we do our paper casing for the papillote?
Let's do that.
Okay. So you have one way of doing it, right?
I'm going to do the simple way.
Okay,
You're going to do the fancy French way.
I have no idea what your way is, right? So I don't know how it is.
I'm just going to take a nice big piece of fish there, and I'm going to oil it just a little bit.
Okay.
I'm just going to start out with a little sauteed shallots. Would you saute them for me? Just, I think, in a tiny bit of butter.
Tiny bit of butter in there. I'll put them here.
There.
Thank you. And this is to put in your papillote, right?
This is to put in my pepper.
Okay.
This is also going to have a tomato.
Would you like your shallots now?
Yes, with the butter too.
Right on top. The shallots are sauté about 10 seconds also, just to soften them, right?
Yes, I have parsley, which is
just parsley, okay?
And that's all we do to this. Hold it all along. This is a recipe I saw in Venice. There's a very cute woman cook teacher named Fulvia.
Oh, yeah?
And she does this. And then it just goes in the oven like this.
All right. Yeah,
So that's ready.
Okay.
That's certainly easy. It couldn't be easier. And it really tastes very good, you'll see.
Well, I'm going to do another type of papillote, but you know, before I do the papillote, I'm looking at my fish who cook only on one side, and it's cooked, you see.
Well, that's amazing. How long was that cooked?
Oh, about 6-7 minutes. So what we want to do is to serve it on a plate just like this. We serve it on the skin. You see, the skin is very crusty on the other side. And there, remember, I didn't put any fat in it, and I have at least a tablespoon of the fat from the salmon. Yeah.
Heavens, if you're on a fat-free diet, then
yeah, but that's, yeah.
You wouldn't eat
I'll take it out. Take it out to put a little bit of butter in it. A little bit of butter like this. I think I'll put a piece of onion, maybe. We've been using a lot of shallots, so maybe I'll use a tiny bit of finely sliced onion like this. The onion saute for half a minute, 30 seconds or so. I think I'm going to put some capers in there.
Oh, that's always nice.
You know? And lemon juice directly in my pan here to make that mixture. And I like that mixture directly on the salmon with a little bit of the parsley here and there.
Well, that's
fast,
very nice. Very fast
dish, yes. So we'll do a papillote with that big piece of parchment paper. Yeah? Again, I'm going to do like you. Put a piece like this with a little bit of salt and pepper. You mind if I use black pepper?
No, it's your fish.
Okay, good. And in this, I think I'll put a little bit of zucchini. Maybe in a julienne, you know, to have it. The vegetable will cook at the same time than the fish, you know, in a type of hot house, you know, if you want. Okay. So we do a little stick of zucchini. I have carrot. I did like that too. And the carrots are raw too. Everything is uncooked. And maybe I put a couple of shiitake mushrooms. The stem is always tough in the shiitake mushroom.
You keep the stem for stock?
Yes, yes.
But you don't eat it because it's too tough.
Well, if you do a duxelle, for example, if you chop it very fine, then it's fine. But otherwise, it's tough. So a couple of those.
It's nice using zucchini. It's always fun. A reason to use zucchini, particularly if you're a gardener.
Okay, here we are. And then on top of that, I want to put a little piece of butter.
No garlic?
No garlic. No oil, just butter. I could put garlic in it.
It's up to you. It's your dish.
Now maybe I'll put some parsley also.
No.
Okay, so we fold it in half.
Well, you're going to do a fancy.
No, you just
you
just fold the end of it, you know, all around. You need to make a casing.
Much nicer than the way I did mine.
Well, it really doesn't matter.
This is a fancier dish.
What counts is whether it's good or not, you know, ultimately. So we go around. This has to be very tight, you know, so you can use maybe a little container like this to really rub it. And at the end of it, you could put it like that in the oven, but it's good to inflate it a little bit. And we could blow directly in it. Otherwise, in a restaurant, what we did the last time was doing this. So you're going to pump it. I put this here. Wait a minute. I
they win.
Okay, go ahead. That's getting there. That's good.
Is that enough?
Yeah, that's good. Okay. I'll take the end of it, and all you do, you twist the end of it, and that creates a kind of hot house, you know, there. And I like to maybe brush this a little bit with oil to help it brown the paper, you know.
Because this is going to be a dramatic presentation at the table.
Oh, usually a papillote, often you do it at the table, yes. So, what we do, we'll put our papillote here. And there. And that in about
very pretty.
A 400-degree oven for about 10 minutes. You know, that should take. So, good. Here is our papillote. This is really hot.
Very dramatic.
So, sometimes the papillote is served directly in the paper casing. Sometimes the paper casing is removed. Sometimes you put it directly on the plate, and the maître d' in front of you will cut and serve it directly in there, you know. But
you're
frankly,
serving it at home, then what?
Serving it at home, you can let the people open it themselves, or you can, at that point, open the whole papillote and just slide the fish out of it, which is perfectly fine too, because it will slide very easily outside. Do you want yours in the papillote or outside?
No, I want it out.
Outside, so again, do it in the same way. Looks beautiful. Just slide it out. There is a lot of juice. Oh, here it's broken, so that's it.
Oh, And there we are.
And here we are. By the time it's finished cooking, one or the other would end up with the same thing, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So now, shall we see whether our big fish in the oven is cooked?
No, we're going to very
Beautiful.
carefully look at it and see how we can tell. One thing you can tell is, do these come out easily?
That's right.
And they do. That's definitely done. And then I think you look in the inside. There shouldn't be any red in the middle, and there isn't any.
This, you would want to remove the skin for that, right?
I would think. And you're going to serve it any way you'd like.
Oh, the skin, as you see here, will remove very easily. That's it.
And what's lovely about it, too, it's been steamed in its own juices. Would you put a little parsley? Do we have some? Because some people are disturbed by fish eyes.
Yes, so we can hide the fish eye. You can put wedge of lemon around. You want me to do that while you're doing the sauce?
Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to make a beurre blanc, a white butter sauce, simply by boiling together the juice of the lemon, butter, shallots, and fish or chicken stock. It's very easy and perfect with salmon.
All right. Shall I put some of the vegetable on the side? If you were going to the dining room, would you put a little bit of those vegetables around?
Yes, that's very pretty.
And maybe
That's nice.
those right here. So shall we
And then
carve a portion?
And then let's serve it.
So at that point, you would follow the line in the middle here. And actually, this is the back fillet, this is the belly fillet. The back fillet is always a bit nicer. So there, I think one portion like this would be basically enough. And it will slide off the bone.
If it doesn't slide, it ain't done.
And we do the same thing on the other side.
And what's
actually.
lovely about this is wonderfully juicy. I'm going to put a little of this lovely sauce on here.
And at that point...
And then put a few vegetables on.
All right. Those vegetables at the table. Some tomato. Yes, that's really good. Maybe a wedge of lemon on the side.
That looks very nice.
And when you finish, of course...
Let's show the other side.
When you finish, then you would remove that old bone. You know, the whole thing with all of the little tiny bone, you know, there is hundreds of them, as you can see, come out of it. What you could do also is to open it like I open, like a flower here, and then remove the central bone and put that back on top.
And then bring it to the table.
Put that back on top, yes, and bring it to the table, you see? Well, I think this is a very beautiful dish.
I think it is, too. Well, this is just a few of the many recipes you can do with fresh salmon. So I shall say, if I can get this onto my fork, which I can't. Bon appetit.
And happy cooking.
It's lovely to cook with you, Jacques.
And with you, too.
And here's to you.
A presentation of KQED San Francisco.